Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Sebastian. I'm a certified nutrition consultant and I was in fitness for like 15 years now, and I was lucky because I trained with military professionals, with old school bodybuilders. So I kind of like learned a thing or two from these guys. And yeah, since I started doing these things, people came at me to help them, to train them. So it's kind of like I always trained somebody in the past, and right now, I'm doing this as a profession. Cool. So today's topic is the art of growing muscles. And I know you can get as much as you want in science, you can like find the best angles, you can improve as much as you can. But in the end, all that matters are the basics. So let's jump into this. Cool. So starting from the main idea, we have three elements of a workout, and these are equally important. So the first one is volume, which is the amount of work done in a workout. So we have a formula here, which is sets times reps times load. And you can see the difference between low volume and high volume, which is basically, in this case, the reps. We have low reps or high reps. After that, we have the intensity. This is measured based on a 1 rep max. So this is regarding the reps. We will discuss about this in a second. And number three, we have the frequency, which is how many times per week per muscle group you train. So yeah, some people prefer the bro split, which is just one muscle group per day. Some people prefer like push-pull legs, which is you're going to train your muscle group 2 times per week, or even 3 times in some cases, even four, even five, if you're doing like circuits. And yeah, honestly, I'm coming from all these types. I started doing circuits, so I was training like every day, total body, and it was great. It worked very well for me back then. Because yeah, when you are a beginner, it's kind of like almost everything works. It's just giving your body a bit of push. Cool. So here we have like two of the greats in the sport. They participated to Mr. Olympia back then. It's like the golden era. And as you can see, Arnold was kind of like into high volume, so he was training 6 times per week, sometimes even 2 workouts per day. And on the other side, Mike was doing like 3 4 days, I think 3 days, and his focus was accumulating as much strength as possible. And yeah, even Arnold was kind of like doing the same. So I tried both approaches and both are working well, so I got nothing to complain. But I don't know your personal situation, so maybe high volume is working for you because you are like more advanced in this, or yeah, low volume as well. So it's kind of like you need to test it. Cool. So moving on, we have three factors that lead to muscle growth. So first of all, we have a progressive overload, which is lifting heavier and heavier. Number two, we have damage to the muscle, so how much you destroy the muscle fibers in training. And number three is metabolic fatigue, so the burn you feel when doing high reps. So pumping your muscles and lifting heavy lead to growth. These are the basic principles. But progressive overload is by far the most important, meaning you need to kind of like accumulate more strength. And yeah, the key is strength. So if you're not growing your strength, the volume is irrelevant, sadly. So simply, more strength on the compound exercises means more muscle size. And strength is measured in the medium rep range. I'm gonna tell you about that in a second. And as you can see, this is me. So in the left photo, I was doing 6 reps with 50 kilograms dumbbell. And this is for a chest press. And in the right one, I was kind of like doing with 40 kilograms. And yeah, the difference will be about 6 7 kilograms. And yeah, on the left photo, I was like at my peak regarding the bulking phase. And in the right one, I was under 10% body fat. So it's kind of like ready for the summertime. And yeah, you can see like a big difference. Now you may ask yourself why you didn't keep the 50 kilograms dumbbells for the chest press. I mean, it's really hard to keep it because you kind of like risk to get injured, and it's not entirely necessary, to stay at that strength. So yeah, I was kind of like analyzing the risk, and yeah, the reward is not kind of like big. So yeah, if you compare the pictures, it's like in the left one, I was about again 15% body fat. And what I suggest people is when you go there at 15, just stop and go into a cutting phase. So this is basically what I do. I get to like 8% body fat, and then I get back to 15. So 8, 15, I stay in this range. And as you can see here in this pyramid, so we have, yeah, at the base is volume, intensity, and frequency. So basically these three components will lead us to progressive overload, which is what we want. And then we have, yeah, progression, exercise selection, rest periods, and tempo. And yeah, the base is basically to go to the gym. So to find something that goes well with your lifestyle. Cool. Let's talk about each one. So volume, intermediates, if you're training like for the actor, model type of physique. And I'm going to show you what do I mean by that. Need between 40 and 100 effective reps or 12 to 17 sets per body part per week in order to make optimal progress. So from that point over the years, they will probably have to gradually increase the amount of work they do in order to keep progressing. So yeah, maybe more sets. Arnold was kind of like doing more than 20 sets per body part per week. And yeah, there is a theory regarding the effective reps that only kind of like the last 4 to 6 reps will be the one that counts. Cool. After that, we have the rep range. So the best choice will be at 5 to 10 reps for muscle growth because all reps are heavy enough to count. And like this, it's easier to accumulate efficient volume. So we have lightweight, moderate weight, and heavyweight. And you as a gym goer, let's say you need to go through all these phases. So yeah, sometimes lightweight, more reps, sometimes moderate weight, and sometimes heavyweight, like even 3 reps. So that's the thing here. You need to kind of like find a way to increase your strength. As I showed you my photo, I was doing with 50 kilograms dumbbells, and I was doing like 6 reps. And yeah, you've seen my muscle size. So it's all correlated with their strength. So what people are usually doing to increase their strength, they use pre-workouts, they use stimulants, they use like steroids, like synthetic testosterone. But for me, I want to stay away from that stuff. I want to do it like naturally. So it's kind of like you need in a way to convince your mind that the weights are not so heavy and try to be 1% better. So even if you add like 1 kilogram the next time, that is still a progress. Even if you believe that the dumbbells are too heavy, just grab them and try to perform, 2 3 reps with somebody that will help you. So yeah, you need to find a way to increase strength. And don't forget about the form. The form must be 100% correct so you don't injure yourself. And the last thing will be frequency. So for most intermediates, training the muscle group once every 2 4 days is the best spot for progression. Why is that? Because you have enough time to recover and you will enter in something called supercompensation mechanism. And when you do that, your body will get to the next level. Cool. So here we can see some actors, and in my opinion, this is like the perfect physique. You don't want to get bigger, you don't want to get more shredded. This is exactly what you want. So this is the perfect physique, let's say. Okay, and let's talk about some numbers. So we have inclined bench press. You will need to do 5 reps, and yeah, you need to calculate 1.25 times your body weight. Standing shoulder press, 5 reps of 0.85 of your body weight, weight and chin ups, 5 reps with 50% of your body weight touched, and bicep curl, 5 reps and with 0.65 of your body weight. So these are kind of like some numbers if you want to reach this type of physique, and I'm sure you do, right? And if you are, for example, in a bulking phase and you reach these numbers, once you get in a cutting phase, so you kind of like get shredded, you will need to find a way to maintain the strength. Because as I showed you in my example, I was feeling better with 40 kilograms, honestly. And I don't want to force it because, yeah, I was training alone. So your goal should be to get to these numbers in a bulking phase and then to try to maintain this strength during the cutting phase. So yeah, once you reach these numbers, let's say, you want to go even like higher. And then when you're doing like the cutting phase, get to these numbers. But these numbers are again some starting points so you see where you are going so you can set the goals properly. So these are basically my lifts at 75 kilograms. So dumbbell bench press will have 50 kilograms and 5 reps. Dumbbell incline press 45 kilograms and so on. You can see here. So yeah, I know some bodybuilders are doing way heavier than me. I don't care, honestly. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care what others are doing. You should care only about your situation and how to improve, because you don't know what people are using. As I told you, maybe they use stimulants, maybe they use pre-workouts. I never used pre-workouts in my life. Those will damage your skin. You look older, things like that. So yeah, this is it. This is like the art, man. You just need to do the work and have somebody to check your form. This is important. So once you know that your form is great, the only thing you need to do is to improve your lifts. You don't want to injure yourself. And what I also recommend is a deload week once every month or once every 2 months. This basically means that you are doing only high reps for 1 week, the same exercises. Cool, so that was it for this video. If you have any questions, drop me a message on my Instagram. And if you want help with fixing your diet, with fixing your workout routine, and fixing your hormonal health, you can book a free call with me from the link below. And the call is free, so the call is just to see if I can help you. If not, not a problem. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.